How's it hanging, YouTubes? Peter here from Triple G Comics with a bit of an impromptu unboxing tonight. So I've been very lucky in getting a big package from the Hobgoblin's Hideaway, full of CBCS books, 10 books in total. So we thought we'd do a quick go live just to have a look at those. And it's also my 1-year birthday on YouTube. So I'm going to give away some comics, in the comments section. So it wouldn't be a unboxing if I didn't have some guests, and tonight we are absolutely jam-packed, so I'm going to bring them in one by one, and we'll start off with Luke. How's it hanging, Luke? You all right?
Yeah, very good. Happy 1-year anniversary of YouTube.
Thank you very much, mate. How are you? Are you well?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good, excellent. So we've also got, catch him while he's drinking, Ben. I did that on purpose. How are you doing, Ben?
I'm good. This background is the closest I've got to a party in a long time. Happy 1 year, Peter.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you. We've got Efren from Pass Point One Comment. How are you doing?
Hey guys, the weather here is awful.
Oh,
it's terrible here,
I don't
man.
believe you.
Happy 1 year anniversary.
I don't. But what is it? Meltingly hot over there, Efren? Is it burning?
It's the sun's out. No clouds, all sunny.
Yeah. Thanks, Efren.
Makes me sick.
I'm sure it's also extremely sunny where James Mack is from. Is that right, James?
Yeah. Did somebody order a big package? A big package or?
Yeah. I've got a big package from Tim as usual. So I hear a lot of people talking about Tim's package. So that's always nice to see. You know.
Congratulations again, Peter. You've done phenomenally well, and love your channel, buddy.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. And we've got James.
Oh, happy birthday, dude. You don't look a day over 6 months.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate. Are you well?
Is that an insult?
Oh, that's good.
It's a backhanded compliment.
A backhanded compliment, that, yeah. And I'm really pleased tonight, and I think it might be his first appearance on my channel. I'm not sure, but we're actually joined by the man himself, Tim from Hobgoblin's Hideaway.
How you doing, guys? Right.
You well?
You see, I deliver big packages, but then when you take the wrapping off, I'm left with pretty much nothing. So it never gets down too well.
Is this the first time you've been on my channel, Tim?
I think it is, buddy. Yeah, we've been on channels together, but I don't think I've ever been on yours at all. So happy birthday!
Oh, tremendous! Thank you very much, and thank you very much for coming on tonight. Really do appreciate that.
So, have you guys cross streams before then? I take
all the time. Ghostbusters reference, very good.
Hey.
Very good. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming on tonight. We've got a load of people in the comments, so thank you very much, everyone. We've got Fuzzy as ever. Nice to see you, Fuzzy. You've got Panels and a Half Pint, GP, Venom. So thank you very much, guys, for coming on to watch the show. So going to make it quick tonight. It's just an unboxing, but I thought whilst we had the opportunity, it would be good to pick Tim's brains a little bit with some let him impart the knowledge, shall we say, on CBCS. So before we go to Tim, guys, I know some of you guys don't necessarily collect slabbed books. I know Efren certainly does, and James does. Have you guys got any CBCS slabs?
Yeah, actually, I have about 13 or 18 coming in about a week. I sent CBCS. I sent them in June of last year. No rush service or anything like that. You know, they got them right away. It was in their system, so I seen them there. And they.
I mean, there's no rush, and then there's like you could have died in between.
So, I mean, that's an interesting point, isn't it, Ben? Because I think both of the grading. There's only two really grading companies, isn't it? But both of those companies have had big delays over the last couple of years, really. I guess I'd be interested in people's views on the CBCS slabs because I was a bit of a newbie to CBS slabs until I picked a couple up from Tim a while ago, and I was blown away by the quality of them. I don't know why, but I'd always, I think, heard in the past that they weren't as good a quality or as good a slab as CGCS. But I think these things that I've had from them in the past were superb, solid slabs. Is that your experience, guys?
Yeah, Oh, go on.
No, I was just going to say, I personally would rather have a CBCS slab myself. The company goes back much further than CGC, and I feel like it's a little bit more specialized in that sense. So long-term holds, and for my own personal collection, I would rather have a CBCS book. Whereas if I was going to sell the book on or only hold it for a short period of time, I'll go for CGC.
Yeah. What about you, James?
I was going to say I've got a few CBCS books. This latest batch of the most updated slabs are equal to CGCs. The only thing that I would say that I is different is I prefer the white label with the black on the CGC for the grade. Just makes it stand out a bit more. But the quality of the slabs is on par, but better. Yeah, I would say. But I've got about 10.
I mean, certainly I'm starting to build up a bit of a collection. I've got these 10, and I think I've probably got about 10 more. And I think one of the key things for me that I really like from them was the fact that they've got the scan. I don't know what it's called. I'm not technical.
The quick response. So it's a QR code.
Yeah. You see, I knew you know, James. It's got the QR code, so you can scan it and actually see why you got that particular grade.
Yeah.
So, Tim, tell me a little bit about CBCS, mate.
So, do you know what? Obviously, touching on what you've said as well in regards to the quality, I've always told people, and I've ranted and raved on many shows about this. I always tell people to try and get one done and compare the two. I think it's always a really good option to kind of look at both grading companies and be critical of both. Because then you'll get a really good feel for what suits you. I personally don't like how a CGC slab bends and creaks, and the CBCS ones are solid. But I also don't like the CBCS label. So there's pros and cons to both of them. But for me, at the moment, the CBCS are having so few quality control issues. That's kind of my preference. For that very reason, I've been happy to be a dealer with them now for probably about 5 years. When I first started out, they had major turnaround time issues. We were talking, about a year minimum per slab, and that's when they had a turnaround time of about 9 weeks. Like we all know at the moment, it's lengthened for both companies. Yeah. There's a lot of people migrated over from CGC to CBCS, and that's really lengthened their time. And it's hit them quite hard, but they're doing the right thing. They're employing the right kind of people to fix that problem, and it doesn't seem to be affecting the quality control, and that's a major thing for me.
Absolutely. And I think everybody on screen has seen some of the horror stories that have come out from CGC over the last, well, it feels like it's been going on for a while now, and I can't say I ever hear much about CBCS having similar issues. I'm sure they do have the odd bit and bob, but I've never found a pube in one of my CBCS books, Tim. And I found plenty in my CGC ones, which often puts us off.
Yeah. To be honest, it's the only reason I'm here tonight is because I want something to go wrong.
Is that right?
Entertainment, yeah. So
they've got quality control issues. No, they haven't got quality control issues. They have issues like CGC. It's on a much smaller scale. I've seen one comic come back with a hair in it, but I've only seen one, and we submit about 100 comics a month, so that's not too bad. I've seen one with a tiny Newton ring, but it was literally about 5 millimeters squared.
Oh, what?
So
Newton ring?
A Newton ring.
What's that?
It's like a little rainbow oil slick.
You get a lot of them. So CGC
learning so much.
You used to get a lot of them back in the day, and you would have a beautiful cover, and it would be covered in these rings, which, like Luke says, it looks like an oil slick inside the book. Yeah. And some people said you could get plungers and kind of prise it open. It felt very challenging to me, but
I've got a What If Venom possessed Deadpool CGC 9.8, and it's absolutely riddled with Newton rings. It honestly, because it's a white cover as well. It's horrible.
Yeah,
I find it crazy how we accept it, or it's the industry classes it as the norm. It's okay, doesn't drop the value of your books. One of the reasons you put them in a slab is to protect it and make it look appealing. from a visual aspect, and it looks awful. But maybe they'll fix it. But like I said, I've only seen it once on CBCS, but I have seen it. So they're not exempt from having problems. I've had label issues, but they've always fixed it, and they fixed it quickly for me. So from that point of view, I can't complain.
Well, you did have the controversy a few months ago. Someone submitted a fake signature.
Yeah, that
I'm not going to comment.
Yeah, we're not going to that.
I'm not going to put negativity on the show. So
yeah, come on, James. It's his birthday.
I'll just
probably the big question, Tim, is going to be for a lot of people. Probably is around length of time it sits with CGC or CBCS. So, what are the turnaround times at the moment?
So, their current turnaround times they're operating about 25 weeks. But for me, I put every single book on a fast pass now. So that cuts it in half. They're taking anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks to book in. So there is a delay, but it's probably marginally better than CGC at the moment.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of guys over in the States are struggling for turnaround.
These books haven't taken that long, I don't think. I can't remember when we sent these off. It doesn't feel like that long ago.
I think it's taken about 3 to 4 months maximum to get them back. So you're still looking at a decent time. I remember when CBCS was doing really well, they had a 9-week turnaround, and we cut that in half. We were getting everything back within 5 weeks, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
But
are these your Thought Bubble books, or are they from earlier than that?
No, so I haven't sent any Thought Bubble books to CBCS. I've sent some of those to CGC at the time at the show, and they've come back as well. Okay. These were sent probably around the same time, I think. A couple of months ago, it feels. So in terms of CBCS, Tim, so one of the things that I'm a big fan of, and I know Luke is as well, is the old UK standard comic books. Do you know, the kind of the A4 standard? But there's a bit of a variation even with those comics. They're not all A4. So, for example, my UK Thundercats 1 is a different size to a 2000 AD or whatever.
Yeah.
Does CBCS grade those kind of books?
Then they're not doing what we class as magazine size books at the moment. They will take books up to a certain measurement, and off the top of my head, I don't know what that is. But it normally kind of excludes your magazine sized books. They've been promising it or talking about it for about 3 or 4 years. Yeah. And I think if it wasn't for the CGC migration, I think they would have already introduced it by now. But at the moment, they've been going through a period of treading water to make sure they get things done first, rather than introducing another angle. Which I think is a wise business decision. But there's a lot of people with kind of signed magazines that they want to get graded, and they're itching for CBCS to launch them. So,
well, I'm sat on a 2000 AD #2 first appearance of Judge Dredd, and CGC won't grade that either. And it's one of those comics, because everybody's got their own views, haven't they, on why you grade. Some people don't like it at all, the rest of it. I often think it's to preserve the book. And certainly with those old English comics, the paper quality is so rubbish. I'm terrified it's going to, disintegrate in my fingers or something. So I'm keen to get those done.
What's wrong with your fingers where things disintegrate in it?
Manky, Ben, manky all the time. It's sticking to stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's quite often like rib juice or whatever I've been eating.
I think.
Why are we
McRib?
Why are we talking about CGC and CBCS when these guys are the best?
They're not even worth talking about. That's the.
What is that? I don't get the joke. Who are they?
It's PGX, mate. They're terrible.
Oh,
is that the size of a slab, or is that a miniature comic? What?
It's a mini comic.
Oh, that's all right. I thought my eyes had gone funny.
Is it crooked, or is it just how you're holding it?
No, it is crooked. That's what's terrible about it. It is.
Tim, out of interest, so I don't have any slabs. I don't know why I'm here tonight. But
if I
were to come to you
Yeah.
And I had a few comics that I wanted to get rated. Are there different tiers? And if so, what roughly, like worst case scenario, is the turnaround for like the top tier? Like if I were to drop money.
Yeah, there's many different factors. You know, we've got CBCS is literally a minefield for all the different tiers. There's so many of them because they do the verified signature, and then you can have multiple signatures on each book. So pricing wise, it can range heavily. Once you start getting into 3-4 signatures that haven't been witnessed and need verification, the prices, you know, for most people, the prices outweigh the value of the book. So you have to be, from a user point of view, you have to be really careful what you're grading, which is what I've always tried to help people with as well. But you know, you could be looking for a big book, you could be looking at, you know, over the £100 mark. But turnaround time, you're
so
still going to be
charge more if it's like a fancy book. Like, so if I had the first appearance of Beak, which means a lot to me, but not to anyone else.
Big money book.
Like, that would be like less than, you know, my first, I don't know, first Rhino. Yes, I do have a fancy book.
Your standard kind of insurance cover is $250. That's kind of your modern modern fiat. But then some of your books, they can go up to about $4,000 and then above. So there's different tiers for different insurance. There's different tiers for speed of turnaround. But obviously what we've always done is literally send them all over together. I know some of the companies, they split them, and they'll send the faster ones together and then the slower ones together. We just send everything in one go. So we kind of operate on the same turnaround, but that just gets you the insurance cover on your book as well.
Is there limitations on whose signature they'll verify? Like if it was, I have a book signed by Yuri Lowenthal. He does the Spider-Man voice in the game. Like, would they verify that, for example?
Yeah, they probably can. Beckett, who obviously do the verification side of the business, Beckett's kind of database and backlog of signatures mainly stretches obviously for movie stars, sports stars, and then obviously has come into the comic world. Their database is extensive that they will check. So
okay,
there are limitations, of course, but it is pretty small to say what they can't do. So
does CBCS show up at conventions over there, or
do you know they've been to a couple of UK conventions that I've actually seen them at. Normally it's Beckett that comes over, so they're kind of looking at the movie star signatures and the TV star signatures, but they tend not to bring the whole kind of CBCS operation. But in fairness, CGC don't necessarily have a massive presence. So at the latest London show, there was a Beckett stand, there was a CGC, there was probably 3 or 4 people on each stand. So there wasn't a massive presence.
But Tim, it's the same as CGC, isn't it? In that like yourself, there are people who can facilitate and witness signatures and then get it kind of signed off as a witness signature. Is that right?
Yeah, you've got extensive parties that will do that. Obviously, for CGC in the UK, we'd often look at someone like Scott's Collectibles, who have been looking after people for a long, long time and have got a great reputation and are genuinely good guys. So, you know, if you ever need facilitators, there's plenty of them. CBCS seems to be, so let's say, few and far between. I think there's about 3 or 4 UK shops that I know of that do submit on a regular basis. And like I said, we've been doing it for a good few years now as well. So
it feels to me, and again, I mean, you're the expert, Tim, but it feels to me like CBSC's stock, as it were, in the comic market is getting higher and higher every year. I think people are taking much more notice of them now, and there doesn't feel like there's that big distinction between the two companies anymore.
Yeah, again, it's with most things, there's a grey area to it, Pete. I think people have kind of been forced over to CBCS slightly with the quality issues of CGC. They've then realised that actually these slabs aren't that bad.
Yeah.
And then they might submit a few more from that point. There's always been the debate on the price and the values of the two books. If you go to somewhere like Comic Link, you will often see that CBCS does not command the same type of price as a CGC book. But I think that starts with the dealers. You know, I've always said it to everybody, I've never sold a CBCS book cheaper than a CGC book, unless I'm doing it for a reason. So I'm trying to upgrade a book and I need to move one off quickly. You know, I tend not to sell them cheaper, and that's got to start with the dealers until we start acknowledging that, you know, in fairness, the quality of the slab is probably far superior on the CBCS. So why are we selling it cheaper?
Yeah,
it comes down to.
I got a lot of my collection because of that. So I just went for the CBCS books because they're, in my opinion, they're the same.
Yeah.
Well, you buy the book, not the slab. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want a company that slabs books but doesn't grade them.
Yes.
Why is that not a thing? Just a plain
CBCS
slab.
can do that. They can do it with their art. You know, if you get a sketch cover done, you can grade it as art, and it doesn't get a grade.
Yeah, but I don't want none of that label.
But it's the cost. It's the costs involved. So
I don't want a fucking label.
Basically, Ben, what you want is a laminator.
Yeah? If you
I
get
want a
laminator,
like a really strong laminator.
Well, those do exist.
Sorry, what were you saying, Luke?
I was just saying, if you get it graded as art, is there a difference in the cost because they're not having to go through the book and do that side of it? So are you getting a discount for that?
There's different. Again, there's many different prices on everything. You know, you're not having to verify it, but obviously witness sketches can be done as well. So those are relatively cheap in comparison to a verified sketch. So there's so many different pricing levels and pricing tiers throughout. But yeah, the art label is always going to be cheaper than a verified label. I think I've got
art that's behind you, Tim.
Say that again, sorry.
I want to slab that art that's behind you.
I can sell it you if you want. It's Lucy's artwork, so I'm happy to sell it.
We'll talk.
Right, guys. So I did promise the watchers that we would give some free comics away.
I just imagine like Uatao and his gang.
Now I have no idea how this works. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a question in the comments. And I'm going to go off whoever puts the first correct answer on my screen, because I know there's a bit of a delay or whatever, isn't there? So whichever first answer I see will win 20 free comics. And I'm going to give away
23 comics.
23
Why am
comics.
I on this and not watching?
I'm going to give away 5 sets of that. All right.
If we quickly leave the stream and watch, can we?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm not posting them to you, Efford. Yeah. Right, guys. So first question is going in now, potentially. There we are. Tim, just before we start looking at some books, because we need to kind of crack on with them, I guess. Now, these are going to be signed books that I've ordered. That I've got here. Explain the difference between the two different signing options we've got, please.
No worries, buddy. So again, as we just touched on, you've got witnessed and you've got verified. So say, for example, if a guest was at a show and I was at the show, I could witness those signatures being done, and then they could go straight from my possession over to CBCS. Your alternate is where, for example, with your own books, they've been signed, you know, before you own them. So there was no witness there at all. They can just be sent off to CBCS for verification, where they'll assess a signature to the best of their ability and the best of their knowledge. And then obviously if they're happy that signature appears to be genuine, they'll give it a yellow label and a verified status.
Tremendous. Thank you very much, Tim. Okay, guys. So obviously my favorite character is Thor, and I've got on my screen that Fuzzy Dunlop. Got that first?
Well, hang on now. So Fuzzy said fear. Right, and also I want to know Panels and a Half Pints that also said there, so I think he should be excluded from the rest of them because he's just copying other people's answers. But EP came in first with Thor, so
well,
I mean, it depends on how strict.
I'm going to take.
I think they should all be excluded because where are these lot when we're doing our usual shows? You do a slab show with giveaways and everybody shows up. Now you're all here. Thanks for joining.
Man, it's my birthday. Show a bit of positivity.
Sorry.
I think Fuzzy's always been with us every show. I think nobody's more deserving.
Fuzzy deserves 20. Give him 40 comics.
Yeah.
But what about the most creative answer? Maybe.
Oh, have we got a creative answer? Have we?
Yeah, from James.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So yeah, well done, Fuzzy. Drop us a message via Instagram. Once you've won a set of comics, you can't win another Batman. not a chance.
A little one of Batman.
Have you seen it? Yeah. So once you've won some comics, you can't win any more tonight.
Okay.
So well done, Fuzzy. I'll put the next question up in a minute. Right. So I'm sure anybody that's bought slabs or had Tim organize slabs via the Hobgoblin's Hideaway will know that his packaging is absolutely tremendous. So this thing came yesterday. I opened the outer box and just thought, dear Lord, it's like sealed in 15 levels of bubble wrap, and there was card. So anyway, I've asked my dear wife to unwrap them for us, and she's put them in a box below. So I've not seen them, but they are unwrapped.
So you don't know the grades?
You what?
You don't know the grades right now.
I don't know the grades. No, I don't know the grades.
Okay, everybody pay attention to Peter's face. Okay, he's going to be happy. He's going to be sad. He's going to be pissed off.
So the truth is, I'm not expecting high grades in any of these books. All of these books were bought because of the signatures on them. Some of them are bought at conventions, and they were very, very cheap, like £5-10. Some of them I paid a little bit more from on eBay. They have all been pressed and cleaned, but I'm not expecting massive grades. It's fair to say. I would like
8.0.
Who pressed and cleaned them?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. It wasn't. It wasn't.
You didn't just iron them?
No, I didn't iron them.
You just sat on them for a day.
John Lacey. Does John Lacey press comics?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
This is embarrassing. I'm sorry, John. Yeah, I'm sure it was John. Anyway, so let's go.
Tim, can I ask a question? Is it you or Lucy who packs these? Or
we both do them. Obviously, when I started it, how long we've been doing Hobgoblins? About 12 months ago or so. I did the first few on my own, and then it just literally spiraled and escalated, and we both had to get involved. So we both do them. Lucy does most of them at the moment. But I'm not bad at packaging myself. Some credit.
I have a question, Tim.
Put that on your CV.
Has anybody, when they go to another country, has anybody like customs ever opened them? Do you know of, or did they just go all the way through to Texas? I've
never had one turned up that's been open kind of thing. But I know I've sold to a customer who's had a comic bundle opened that's gone overseas and taped back together. So it's possible that they could always do that, but I think the paperwork is essential. Yeah. If you get that right from the start, then you're okay.
Can you imagine if they cracked it like at customs? Just like, well, I'm a little bit suspicious. It's fine.
You cracked a slab before, Ben, haven't you? Didn't you break one or something?
I've seen him do it live, yeah.
I had a Miss America, Chavez America, crack that bad boy open. It was liberating.
Not the first.
It was quite a long video, wasn't it? Took a while.
Yeah. I don't think I anticipated how tough those things are.
Right, guys, going to move on and have a look at one of these slabs. The only thing I was going to say, I forgot to mention when I was talking about Tim's superb packaging and Lucy's superb packaging, lack of jelly beans lately, Tim. What's going on there?
You bloody ate them all.
You're damn right, I did. Live on camera.
Slabs, so we kept giving you more. We are going to do something different. We're just thinking what we can do at the moment. Right. But yeah, it makes a big difference to see you chomping on jelly beans on a video, buddy.
The sound was too much.
Yeah.
I like it,
guys. So, first one. I don't know if these are front or back.
Oh.
Then we have got a Young Avengers, number 12. Anybody know the importance of this book?
Is it?
Nope.
Oh, no. God, what it is like? Honestly, this is the first appearance of, first time she's named as Hawkeye, Kate Bishop.
Okay,
and it's also the first appearance of Speed. And we have
So it's not her first appearance then, because
it's
the first time
appearance. It's the first time I
Yeah.
think she's referred to as Kate Bishop.
That's why we don't know what it is, Peter, because it doesn't matter.
It does matter. It's an extremely important book.
Is it
And we've
signed by Ben?
Whoa! Sorry. Get in.
9.8.
Get in.
Right, lovely.
Who said there was going to be low grades?
Well, I thought it was shit myself. But it's just, I haven't got a bloody clue about grading, honestly. Excellent.
That's going to be your new catchphrase, that is. I thought it was going to be shit myself.
So that is the first appearance of Tommy Shepard as Speed and Kate Bishop as Hawkeye. And it's signed by Jim Chung.
Where's the signature?
Is that the artist?
Yeah,
Yes,
Jim.
that's the artist.
Yeah.
That's the signature there.
Oh, that's a cool sig.
This is how random your buying was, Pete.
You what?
This is how random your buying was. You don't even know who signed the books you've got.
You know what I'm like? I went through a bit of a fetish for just buying signed books, but that's a nice cover, isn't it? And that is.
I don't know whether fetish is the word, but.
And that's a nice signature. I like that one. I'm very pleased with that one, Tim. That's a good start.
So I've got
Congratulations.
2.0s, mate.
We'll grab another.
2.0s for the rest.
2.0s for the rest. Shocking. What we've got. Oh!
Oh,
I like
nice.
this.
Oh, Christ.
So this was an eBay purchase. This is Secret Wars #1, obviously, and it's signed by 3 individuals. So Jim Shooter, 9.0.
Oh.
Happy with that. I wasn't expecting that. And that is signed by Jim Shooter, Michael Zeck, and John Beatty.
Nice.
Nice.
That's a nice book.
That's one of my favorite covers of all time. And I think
Well,
the
jealous.
signature placement on that are really, really nice.
Yeah.
Did you check it beforehand to see what Galactus looks like on the inside?
So interestingly, it's marked on the label there as it's first appearance of Beyonder, first appearance of Battle World, and it's got blue Galactus variant. I don't think I've seen any that aren't the blue Galactus variant.
No, that's the more common one out of
Yeah.
the two. Like that certainly seems to be the case.
So what do you think of that book?
Nice.
Beautiful.
Very
That's
nice.
an awesome
Yeah.
book.
I met Mike
Right.
Zeck a few years back. He came to London, and so I've got a little sig of his on that book as well.
It's a
But it's a
stunning
beaut
cover, isn't it?
with the 3 there. Very, very impressive.
I've got a great Secret Wars 8 by Zek,
Yeah, you were showing that the other day with the remark on it.
the remark to turn him into Venom.
Tremendous. That's a stunning cover. I like that.
Hey,
Right,
hey,
we'll draw one more, and then
Peter,
we'll. Yes.
Do you prep your own books for the signature, or do you let them sign wherever they want to sign?
I bought all of these ones from I bought signed, but when I went down to Thought Bubble, I did prep all the books myself.
Yeah.
And put them in Windows. I watched a little video by Tim Hobgoblin's Hideaway on how to prep them with the little window panels and things like that. Because there was tons of people to sign books at Thought Bubble. Right. Oh, another nice one.
Ooh.
First,
There you go.
First,
Lovely.
Monica.
Monica
First
Rambeau.
Monica. Oh, I remember this one now. So this
Is that a remake signature?
So it's both Romitas. So this is signed by John Romita and John Romita Jr.
Nice.
Oh, that's
That's
beautiful.
very cool.
First Monica. I got this one more for those 2 signatures because they're 2.
Yeah.
And to have them both on one book, I thought was stunning. And that has got a get
Oh,
in.
nice.
in
Nice.
9.0.
You're doing well.
I am. I'm
Low
chuffed a bit
grades
with
my
that one.
ass.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Ben.
I'm chuffed a bit with that one because, like I say, you don't often get those 2 titans on the same book.
Yeah.
You were just setting your expectations low so that you
Well,
weren't.
because I'm
You're protecting yourself, damn it.
I am rubbish at grading, and also I'm not going to say I don't want high grades, but I'm not going to get overly excited if they're not all 9.6s, 9.8s. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, it's the signatures I went for really on these books, and that one is absolutely stunning. And again, like I was saying before, these slabs are stunning. They're really nice, very clean.
It's
They
good
just look
Wars with
cracking.
Flaws content, isn't it, Peter?
It is. Look, that's exactly what I've started doing. Look, buying lower grade books for Oars with Flaws just for you.
Hey,
John Romita's kind of obviously he's getting on a little bit now. He's really limited the books he'll sign now.
Right.
I think he might even be on his last run of signings that he intends to do. at the moment. So any Ramita senior signature is a great one.
I mean, he must be a fair age.
I think he's about 93.
Yeah, he's well up there.
Around your age, Efren. That's yeah.
I gotta go. Bye. Hey Tim, I got a quick question. You know, in CGC, sometimes the thickness of each case is different. Is CBCS the same thickness, or some, like the old school books? Some they're bigger, they're thicker.
Yeah, some of the thicker. There's some really thick modern books recently. Yeah. Some of the Venoms and the kind of 80th anniversary books and stuff like that. So yeah, some of the CBCS cases are thick as well.
Yeah,
they're literally like a brick. They're chunky beasts.
Chunky beasts.
That's chunky beasts.
That school. Right, we'll drop the next question in the chat, guys. So again, Fuzzy, I'm afraid you can't enter this one, but this one should be nice and easy. So we'll drop that there now.
I don't think that is easy because you like so many retro cartoons.
You just gave a hint. You just.
Well, no, he said cartoon, and it's going to be retro because of his age.
What do you mean? How dare you?
Well, I thought I'd defend Efren there with your little pop to him. I was thinking to myself, well, if that's not the Quactor calling the Stifling slimy.
What the hell did you just say, Ben?
Cad Bane.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
And Boba.
And Boba, yeah.
Yeah, Boba both said it because
Star Wars banner. Hashtag Star Wars banner.
Yeah.
James, I'm going to leave you to look at the comments, please, and find us a winner.
Okay.
You know the answer, don't you?
Of course. And that answer is, but
no, I've never seen that.
It's Thundercats with Luke. Is that correct? That's correct. No, it's He-Man.
It's close.
He-Man, it's close. I'm going to go He-Man.
Would you call He-Man?
We need the full answer, which is, technically He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Well, nobody's actually said that yet.
Quick, everyone jump on.
Adbear said Masters of the Universe. So
I think the hyphen needs to be involved as well. Because it's like,
without the
okay, well then, but I say none of us count, because
I can't. We're all
too off, guys.
So if you're not being fussy, but we excluded him earlier because he was copying answers, didn't we? So he doesn't get it.
No,
copied
you
me.
did. I did not. You can't do
that. Okay, panels and a half point. Congratulations.
So if you drop us an email on Instagram, mate, I'll send you some comic books. Right, let's do some more slabs, or else we're going to be here all night. Not that I don't enjoy talking to you, but I need to crack on, don't I?
Obviously, you don't, isn't
it? Right, next one. Oh, Ben. He's not even looking.
Oh, hello. My boy.
Do you know who this is the first appearance of?
The love of my life. Quentin Quire, baby.
Kid
Omega.
Yeah, Kid Omega. And he's become quite a popular character lately, hasn't he?
I have a tattoo of the Kid Omega Uprising logo on my arm with flames behind to represent that he inherits the Phoenix Force. That's how much I love this character.
Show it.
And I don't care who knows it.
Come on,
show it.
Oh,
nice.
Very good. Very good. Okay, guys. So this is the first appearance of, as Ben said, Kid Omega. New X-Men 184. It's signed again, but I don't know who by.
Something Ethan
Silverstone.
Oh, no, it's Ethan Van Scriver, isn't it?
That's exactly what I was just trying to say, James. Yeah. Well done. Yeah. And for this one, we got a CBCS, marvelous. Another 9.0, excellent. So yeah, so this is signed by Ethan Van Scriver.
Scribbler.
Wasn't he involved in some sort of controversy
recently? Oh, I don't know.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about it.
No negativity.
I'm interested now. What controversy was he involved with?
I think, mate, he's been eating children and stuff. So I think I don't know.
Eating children.
I feel like as things go, that's fair to cancel someone if they're eating children.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's something to do with talking trash about somebody. I think
right.
Oh, shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Next. Oh, we've got another one of them. So
Ah,
this is my second. Because you know I like multiple copies. This is my second copy of Young Avengers, and for this one we got. Oh man, wrong arm. 9.2.
Oh, big
Excellent.
difference.
so you
Oh,
haven't
isn't
got
it
anything below a 9 yet?
No. Oh, and this is number 1 out of 50.
Wow.
Signed by Jim Chung.
I didn't know Kate Bishop was that old of a character. I thought she was way past 2006.
No, she came out. Young Avengers series was
Yeah,
a good while ago, wasn't it?
I would have thought she's only 10 or so years, you know.
Time's kind of disappeared, hasn't it, with COVID?
Yeah.
Right, next.
First Bishop.
Nice. I have this.
Now, I've got
is it
2
signed
copies
by?
of this. So this is Uncanny X-Men 282. I've got 2 copies of this. I bought these for £10 each, I think it
Oh,
was.
wow.
They didn't look in the best of condition, so I'm expecting a low grade, I think, on these. But this was the one I messaged Tim about at the time because they were both labelled on the rack as being signed by Will.
Will
Will
Portasio.
Potasio.
Yeah. So they were both marked as on the label as being signed by Will, whoever you just said. But when I got them home and looked at them, one signature was drastically different to the other. So I panicked a bit, thinking they were wrongly signed. So this one, 8.5, that's good. I'll live with that. That's a good grade. But this one, so this is verified as Will. That's a mushroom, isn't it?
That's portobello.
Well, yeah. So Will the Mushroom Man has signed this one in an 8.5. I like that. So the other one, the signature was completely different, and both me and Tim thought it was John. Is it Brian or Byrne? How do you pronounce his name?
John Byrne, isn't it?
John Byrne. So it'll be interesting to see what that one comes back as. See if it's
So Peter, quick question: when you got that one was it already signed, but it wasn't graded?
yeah. So these were raw books.
Okay.
Signed at a comic convention. And like I said, they were both labeled as Will Mushroom. Excellent. So this
Pete,
is the next one.
if I guess the grade, will you give me?
No, because you saw it. We all did.
Can you see the weird looking scribbly signature on there?
Yeah.
Oh,
not
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Not great placement, is it?
Yeah.
Wait, it's signed by Bishop.
So this is again an 8.5
8.5,
direct
nice.
edition. Yeah, and it's signed by John Byrne.
That's
I've had
what I
a few
like.
John Byrne that he always seems to sign through the X-Men title.
Yeah. But that was a nice surprise, and I like that because I wasn't expecting a John Byrne signature. So rather pleased with that one. So that's 2 first appearances of Bishop.
Well
Piling
done.
the slabs up here in case they're collapsing.
That I do like that about CBCS, that the fact that they do put like if it's a newsstand variant on the label.
Yeah, absolutely. So some pretty good books so far. I'm going to stick the next question in the chat. Any of those books particularly appeal to you guys?
Why did John Byrne sign that book? Does he had nothing
Just
to
for a
do?
laugh.
Just for
I think he wrote it, Efren, didn't he?
did he?
It's your book.
Story by Will Mushroom and John Byrne.
Portasio.
Yeah, so he actually wrote the book, which I didn't know. Actually, I didn't realize he wrote the X-Men back at that time. I thought he was earlier than that.
Yeah.
Dipped in
If
and
I'm
out.
being honest,
dipped in and out.
the first Monica Rambeau as Captain Marvel was probably the best with the John Romita signatures.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to try and find out. I would have to do a bit digging and find out the value in some of these books, because I haven't got a clue, to be honest.
Kid Omega first appearance is a couple of grand now, I think.
Really?
Do you think?
Yeah, because people love him so much.
Yeah.
How many
It's a lot
copies
of
have you got, Ben?
Do you remember that issue? When
I
Kid
only need
Omega-
one of something, James, because that's fine. That's all I need.
Just the one.
Copies.
Do you guys remember when Kid Omega took the bat and he beat the crap out of Beast? In a
Oh yeah,
comic
he's
book?
a little
Dang,
shit.
man.
He essentially debuted as a terrorist anyway.
Yeah, he was. I was going to say he was a baddie to start with, wasn't he?
Yeah, terrorist, and then started an uprising at the school. Brilliant.
Yeah,
love him.
Role model.
Yeah, Pete, I'm gonna try and check the GPA for that.
Yeah,
try and give you a
tremendous. Right, guys, going to drop the next question. Thanks, TM Nerdy. So this is the current number. Current number. Again, if you've already won some comics, you can't get another win, unfortunately.
I mean, this is just a speed one, isn't it? Whoever can look at
no, we should all know this off by heart anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to unsub right before I send in my answer.
You beat me to it, Luke. You beat me to it.
Suddenly unsub. Yeah. Right, guys, whilst we're doing that, we'll have a look at some more books. Self on Solo. So, next one. Oh, it's another Bishop cover.
So I like this cover.
Is his technically his second appearance. It's X-Men 283. And for this one, again, I'm not expecting a massive grade because I think this one had a lot of spine ticks. But we've got, I keep doing that. We've got 8.5.
Oh,
excellent.
Nice.
Pleased with that. And again, that's signed by Will. Just have a look at the two covers there. So 282 is marked as the first appearance of Bishop. 283 is the first full appearance of Bishop. So that's interesting that they don't mark that one as a cameo, just the first appearance and then the full appearance.
Oh, don't open that can of worms.
Well, yeah, we've had that debate many a time about good old Hulk 181. What are your views on that? Just quickly, then.
Why would you?
Just to wake people up. I want to see how many subs I can lose in one show.
Look, for me, even if it was someone's elbow, it's someone's elbow. So it's the first appearance of an elbow that is someone. So
attention-seeking geek, ladies and gentlemen, go straight to his channel.
You heard it here first. Subscribe, share, like, comment, and fuck yourself.
Right, guys, next book. Ooh, it's nice. So this is X-Force number 11. This is the first appearance of, well, is it the first appearance of Domino?
Yeah, because it was copycat.
Yeah, because it wasn't her.
This was again a pickup at a comic convention, signed by Rob Liefeld. So yeah, bit of a nice book to have. And on this grade, it's a direct edition as well, so that's nice. And this is a
nice, very nice.
Get in.
Congratulations, sir.
I wasn't expecting that one. Who said that? Who said congratulations?
Someone else has entered the stream, I think, Peter.
How did you notice me?
That's tremendous. I'm over the moon with that one. That is a very nice book. So, signed by Rob, who's a lovely chap, isn't he? He's very active on Twitter at the moment. I don't know if anybody follows him on Twitter. Got a lot to say on there. But this says first appearance of Domino. Previous Domino Vanessa revealed as copycat. Tremendous. Happy with that one. James, have we got a winner for the last question?
So what was the number you had?
501.
501. Yes, we have off my shelf.
Oh, tremendous.
501 straight in.
Drop us a message on Instagram and I'll send you some comics, mate.
Lovely.
Pete, the last John Romita and Junior signing on a 9.2 back in January last year was $400.
Wow.
So
and everything moved in the last 12 months.
Yeah.
That's two hot toys, Peter. That's two hot toys.
Not the ones I buy, Ben. My Michael Keaton was like twice that. Never mind. Yeah, so no, and to be fair, a lot of these books, like that one in particular, I won't be selling. That's for my personal collection because I think, as Tim mentioned earlier on, some of these guys will not be signing many books going forward. So I think ones like other ones I definitely want to keep a hold of. Hi, Jason. Hope you're feeling better, mate. Okay, so what have I got there? Right, so a question not about me. I'm going to put a question in the chat now about Ben.
Oh.
Now I hope there's one for all of us, Peter.
There's
Well, that's
no.
playing favorites. That's not very bloody fair, is it?
Also, as
Ben's
well, I'm
favourite.
probably the least popular on this whole panel.
I know what it's going to be. Is it going to be what TV show he's appeared on?
It is now. Yeah.
Or what? No, what movie? Do what movie?
What blue movie?
It'll just prove how much
Ben-
I talk about myself.
Am I allowed to enter this? Because I know the answer.
No, it was
No.
going to be. It was going to be what his favorite X-Men character was, but actually, I'm going to change that now to what show has Ben appeared on?
Was it Colossus?
So everybody,
Correct.
because
Yes.
I
10
doubt
points to
anyone
Gryffindor.
watching knows this. So whoever
How dare you?
whoever just
And
guesses TV show,
If
he's
we haven't
done
got,
a good. He's made an effort to keep that a secret, I think, Peter. So
if
Well,
if we
so-
haven't had the correct answer by the time I've showed the next few books, Ben can select his favorite answer. All right.
Well, I'll tell you, whoever's got the lights left on, isn't it, is going to win.
Grey Man's in the right there. Hey, there we have it. We have a winner.
Congratulations, Grey Man. Drop us a message and I'll send you some comics. Right, guys.
He'll sell them all at a profit.
Oh, it's the last book. Okay, so last book we've got. Ooh, it's a nice one. So this is Hulk 1. This is first appearance of General Ross as the Red Hulk, and it's a Dynamic Forces exclusive variant signed by Dale.
Ed McGuinness, I think.
Sorry, Ed McGuinness. I thought Dale. Didn't you for some
I
reason?
think I prefer that to the main cover.
Yeah, it's a stunning cover. And again, this was picked up, I think, from the comic convention. It's a tremendous cover. So for this one, we have got... Oh, I keep doing that.
Hey!
9.8.
Mate,
Finish on a win.
that's amazing.
That is
Can I
a
just
stunning-
say, Pete, when you start selling your raw key books, can you give me a shout and can you grade them yourself personally before you price them? Because if these books are shit,
Low grade.
I cannot wait to pick apart your collection.
By then, mate, I will be an expert because I've just purchased the Overstreet grading guide or something to have a bit of a read of and try and learn because I am shocking.
You
at
do
grading.
realise that there's something called the internet these days, Peter, that you can just
I
like
don't use
type
that for
in
comics. I
what you
use
want to
that for
know.
other stuff.
Oh, Jesus.
So Peter, off my shelf, would like to donate his books to Connie.
Oh, bless you.
What a gentleman!
Bless you. Connie, get in touch. And that's very kind of you, Chris. Connie, get in touch and I shall send you some books. Okay, guys, that's all of me slabs. We'll give away some more. One last set of comics. And what I want to know for this one is when I very first started out on YouTube, I was invited on to guest on somebody else's show. And it was a very kind gesture. So whose show was that?
I know the answer to this. Not my channel.
Right, guys, thank you very much for joining that. Some tremendous books there, Tim. I'm absolutely over the moon with the grades, as you can tell. I think it's tremendous. The quality of the slabs is stunning, to be perfectly honest. And I do like a signed book, as you know. I've got quite a collection now of signed books, both graded and ungraded, so I will be sending more your way. And I've got literally suitcases full from Thought Bubble where I went a little bit over the top. I think it's fair to say.
I think that's one of the things to do when you get these books signed yourself. If you do it at a con, you want to get them. You want to get them witnessed. You save yourself so much money by getting things witnessed as well. So anyone out there that's visiting a con, you can always find out what kind of facilitators are going to be there. Even if it's not CBCS, you can find CGC facilitators quite easily.
Yeah.
Scott's and Nick Marshall attend a lot of the shows as well. So saves a hell of a lot of money, guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm just going to be there like, witness me. No?
Tremendous.
Mad Max, anyone? No? Good.
Yeah. I got the
Thanks,
the
Peter.
link, Ben.
Thanks.
So who won that last question, James?
Correct me if I'm wrong. It was was Jason's channel. Yeah,
It was.
Yeah. So Ian Carter.
Oh, excellent. Well done, Ian. And Ian, again, is someone who's been very supportive for a long time.
Great
so
supporter.
Yeah. Okie dokie, guys. So I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody in the chat. It's been really appreciated having so many of you here. I've got 20 odd of you, so thank you very much. Thank you very much to everybody coming on screen. You know, I completely value your friendship and your time. And a big thank you to you all for supporting us over the last year on this interesting journey on YouTube. Tim, you and Lucy are absolutely tremendous, so I'd really encourage everybody to go and check out your live shows and to check out, if not already on it, join the Facebook groups, because again you get some amazing bargains on there. So thank you very much for your support over the last year as well.
My pleasure.
Right, guys, just before we sign off, we'll just quickly go around. Ephraim, anything happening on your channel you want to tell the people about?
Nah, just my usual videos with you guys.
So
we're doing
doing some unboxings. Like I said, I got those CBCS books that are coming in probably in about a week or so. So I'm doing unboxing. Yeah,
tremendous. And we've got top 5 weapons coming up.
Yeah, top 5 weapons.
You and
Ben. With Ben. Yep.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. James, anything on your channel?
Yeah, so I finally started writing my Horizon review, so that will be up in a week or so anyway. Horizon Forbidden West. So.
Tremendous. That'll be interesting. Luke?
Yeah, I've got a video about robots coming up tomorrow morning. So robots, friend or foe, and we take a look at the different robot types throughout fiction.
Excellent. Well, that'll be interesting. I like that one as well. Benjamin?
I've gone a bit batshit crazy this week with my Batman review, and then an extra Batman video kind of speculating about what villains I would love to see in a sequel to The Batman. Next week, I hope to have a little He-Man and the Masters of the Universe video for you.
You see, that's piqued my interest, because I didn't even know you liked He-Man. So that's going to be a real interesting one to watch.
Maybe he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Yeah, if you're slagging off He-Man, mind, I'll be kicking off.
How rude.
Yeah, excellent. Lots of good content. James?
Me and Mike will be filming this week our latest comic hauls from the Birmingham Comic Fair. I left that comic fair completely depressed because I didn't buy anything from there. Really?
What? Nothing.
I spent like £16. That was it. Mikey spent
buy stuff then.
Yeah, but like it wasn't. I was just a bit depressed. Like I was in a proper mood. But I had spent like 250 the day before, so.
Oh well.
But yeah, so we'll be filming that. That'll come out next week, I think.
That looked like a tremendous comic fair, James, because the ones around here in Newcastle are all Funko Pops or anime stuff. There's not like just rows and rows of comic sellers like that one.
Yeah, it's like there was like a couple of sellers that I'll probably say they were overpriced.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple of what I would deem as people just going with their collections to sell stuff.
Yeah.
Who were just like Jason got some phenomenal deals from people like that who just didn't have access to GPA. Maybe I don't know.
Do you guys haggle? Do you guys haggle for pricing? Because I do.
Yes, yeah.
Especially
you
if
can
they
do
take cash. They take, they'll cut it too.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I can't haggle. Even at car boot sales, I can't haggle. It just does.
Always haggle. Always.
We had people at the London show coming up to us and saying, "I've got £5 worth of books here. What's the best price you can do?" And I always send them away. If you got £5 worth of books and you're looking for a discount, then bring some out a little bit more, and I'll help you out. But there's always people looking for bargains.
Yeah. Mikey is absolutely ruthless when it comes to haggling. He's just like, honestly, it's like I have to walk away because I'm so uncomfortable what he's doing to that person.
I can literally imagine it as well.
I have to but he manages to do it, so I can't.
Yeah, I just can't do it. I get so embarrassed. I have to walk away.
I do.
Yeah.
I got to say though, James, I watched that video about the Birmingham Comic Fair, and there was some absolute creatures in there. It was like a scene from Men in Black.
Yeah, it was.
Slightly harsh, but
it's hard to prove.
When Jason goes, "Oh, who's that guy?"
Internet fame at last. Yeah. Tim, what have you got coming up on your? When's your next claim sale, mate?
We've got a claim sale coming up. I think we've got one at the start of April, and then one at the end of April, just before we do the Portsmouth Comic Con. So we're gearing up for a lot of sales and trying to bring in loads of new stock.
Tremendous. And you've got some big books as well, haven't you, at the moment? So lots.
Yeah, I've kind of started opening up my personal collection to the sales floor. If I can upgrade them, that is. I want to make sure I can get an upgraded copy before I start selling off all my books. I'll cry if I let them all go.
Yeah. I sat on your sale on Saturday. I joined late, and I sat twiddling my thumbs, considering that George Perez cover for too long. By the time I thought, I was going to get it, it had gone. But it's a lovely book.
I'm surprised that's been there for probably about 6 months now, and I can't believe no one's picked it up. We had it up so much cheaper a few months ago, but unfortunately the market's moving on them. And we sold our Harrison Ford signed, or I sold my Harrison Ford signed Star Wars.
Yeah, you were happy about that, weren't you?
Yeah, loving it. Straight into the mortgage fund though.
Tim, how much did you sell it for? If you don't mind me asking.
It went for about $17.50.
Wow.
So it was a good book.
The Harrison Ford
it's great
signature,
that, there's still people buying in the UK. Strong book, so
tremendous.
Awesome.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. So just on the various bits and bobs I do, I've got my usual unboxings coming out. I've got some toy unboxings. We've got 2 live shows coming up. We have next, it is What If Turtles. Is that next week or the week after, guys?
Weekend 22nd.
22nd. So that's where we're reimagining the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's going to be an interesting one. And then week after that, on the Tuesday, we've got Boys and the Toys, where we're looking at NECA toys in particular. So please join me for that. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. Really do appreciate your time. And we'll catch you all next time. Bye now, everyone.
Ta-ta.
Bye.